Welcome back to the channel. What is going on? I feel like it's been so crazy. I feel like the last video I probably would have spoke to you guys about was probably Brazil, and since then I went on a ski trip, and then life comes at you real fast. Like, how is it April? So I thought I'd do a video breaking it down and how Brazil has really changed my life. Like, not changed my life, I would say changed the way I just look at things. Nothing too serious, but in terms of going where you're appreciated, and sometimes it's not you, it's just the surroundings that you're in. Okay, so let me give you a tea about Brazil, because I've had so many DMs and questions about going to Brazil. Was it safe? What was it like? And honestly, I can say that Brazil, hands down, is definitely one of the best places I have ever been. When people have been asking me, I've been saying Brazil kind of reminds me of Ghana. I know Ghana and Brazil are very different, but when you go to Ghana or Africa or anywhere that you consider home, where you see a lot of people that look like you and it's just a vibe, it just gives you this magical feeling. I don't know what it is, I can't explain, but it's like a sense of welcome. It was honestly one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to, and Brazil was just that. It was insane. So as soon as I landed in Sao Paulo, I just knew that Brazil was it. I went with a few friends and they brought their friends. So I went to Sao Paulo for a few days. I went to Sao Paulo for 3 days, and then I did Rio for the rest. Sao Paulo was cute. I would say if you want a chilled kind of moment where it's quite city, where there's no beach, I think you would definitely like Sao Paulo. But if you want something a bit turned, a bit I think Rio is amazing. It has everything. It has a mixture of beach, city, it's lively. It almost gives me Barcelona vibes, but definitely Barcelona on crack. One thing I would say is Brazilians know no time. When I was there, I just felt like I was just out and living, and I wasn't looking at my watch. This holiday had to be the lowest screen time I've ever had, because obviously social media is my job. I'm always on my phone. Sometimes I'm scrolling, sometimes I'm doing a madness, and my screen time's always about 8 hours to 10. Guys, my screen hours was 3 hours, and that's really low for me. That's how little I was on my phone. Okay, so we'll get into the big thing, guys. Okay, before I went to Brazil, a lot of people were like, okay, Brazilians like to kiss, Brazilians like to do this and that. And I didn't really know what they were talking about. I was just okay, Brazilians like to kiss. Because when I was in Sao Paulo, I didn't really go out. Well, I went out with a few friends, but we didn't really see the lively scene of Sao Paulo, because I landed on a Wednesday and we left Sao Paulo on a Saturday, so we didn't really get to see too much of the vibes. But when I landed into Rio, obviously I was there the weekend, and it was carnival weekend there, so it was popping. I remember going into a club, right? Can't remember what the club was called, but it was popping, but they played a lot of reggaeton and a lot of boom cha, boom 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 cha, a lot of that kind of music. So be prepared if you are going to Brazil this year or next year. And you'll see a guy, right? First of all, the guys are fine. This is why my whole perspective has changed, because the guys there are so fine, but because they're in a pool of fineness, they don't know how fine they are. But the guys in London who are fine want to act like they are literally Prince Edward II. It's sir, please calm down. Right, so you're in the club, a guy looks at you, you're like, okay, this guy's hot. You've been on your phone. When you look up, that guy is literally come to you. Obviously, he was trying to speak to you in Brazil. They just don't kiss you out of nowhere. I spoke about this already on my other socials, and people just thought they just kiss you out of nowhere. Obviously, they're going to speak to you. When they speak to you, they obviously... People in Brazil come in all shapes and colours, so a lot of people thought I was Brazilian, but obviously when I spoke, I was like, oh hello, blah blah. They look so they look a bit shaken, because you speak English, and a lot of Brazilian people don't speak English, so when you speak English, it's almost like they're startled. It's almost like, when we're in London and someone starts speaking to us in, I don't know, maybe not another language, but maybe I don't know, the way you speak to another language will ask you, and you just look a bit startled. It's just very much that, because I feel like English isn't taught a lot over there, and plus a lot of Brazilians actually don't end up leaving Brazil. They just travel around Brazil, so for them there's no need to leave to learn English, as so I've been told. Anyway, they'll speak to you, and then they'll just start kissing you, and then you're like, okay, that was weird, but I'm down for it. I'm on holiday. But then as the night progressed on, I was like, oh my god, this is actually insane. I kept seeing a lot of really hot guys, and then I'd look at them and the same thing would happen, and I was like, what is going on here? Is this just a kissing fest? Is this just for one night? Is it a thing? But no guys, this is Brazil. Like, I made a video about this on TikTok. And the girls were saying that it's Brazil. I feel like Brazil is it's a very sexual country. Like, I feel like everyone is not intense, but everyone is very passionate. You know, they look at you in the eyes, they stare deep into your soul. They want to know your star sign, they want to know your blood type, they want to know every damn thing. It is just intense, but intense in the most beautiful way. Because if the guys were ugly, I'll be like, maybe I need to call the police for harassment. But everyone there is so beautiful, body snatched, waist done, and honestly, probably the best plastic surgery I've ever seen in my life. Like, I remember being in this club, because a lot of the clubs there, because we'll go to the clubs, right? And you guys know I love me a gay club, yeah. And I'll be like to my friends, oh, is this a gay club? Or ask the locals, is this a gay club? Like, where are we going? And people just love and be like, gay club, everything's mixed. And everything is mixed, but I do think everyone's down for the get down, because who's straight, who's gay? The girls are kissing the girls, the straights kissing the straights, the guys are kissing the guys. But I would say Brazil is definitely for the gays and the girls, for sure. When I was there, I don't think I seen any, well, I obviously saw straight people, but I just don't think I saw the straight girls getting down. Like, I don't know, you know, it's just for, you know, the girls and the gays. But it was just so much. It was just such a vibe, but the kissing thing did really caught me off guard because it's everywhere. Like, it was, I don't know how much people are kissed. I don't know. I'm not in Brazil no more, so those digits don't really count. I do think, you know, when you go to a destination, your body clock kind of just resets and like, you know, a new person, new destination, new body, who this? Obviously, when you leave and come back to your hometown, like London, England, you then get back to your normal number that you left, that you were with before you left the country. So, you know, you kind of just reset. That's what I think in my head, you know. I don't know how much people are kissed out there, but we're gonna leave that in Brazil. We're gonna leave that in Brazil. But it's very, very sexual. But when you go to Brazil, right, you see these guys or girls or women, even like when I was out, right, I saw this woman and I was like, is this woman real? I had to like tap my friend, like, look at this woman. Like, I don't really do that, but I was like, look at this woman. She was so beautiful, right? She didn't even look real. She looked like AI. She looked like she had been magically put together by the gods of the underground. I'm not sure who her surgeon was. Obviously, she had plastic surgery. I am not blind, but the plastic surgery was plastic surgery in. I'm not sure if that's a word, but the surgery was surgery in. I was like, wow. Like, there's not many times in this world that I have been like very flabbergasted or like stopped in my tracks by someone. But in Brazil, that happens like maybe every day because I was like, going on? And I spoke about this on the weekend because I did a panel talk, right? And I was speaking about Brazil, and this girl was like, yeah, I used to be a model agent and we would always go to Brazil, and we actually, they couldn't even sign up with people because everyone walking there is literally a walking model. I'm not sure what's in the water or what's in the genes in Brazil, but it's very, very dangerous. Like, and the thing what I like about Brazil is everyone comes in different shapes and sizes. Like, you got the thick girls, you got the BBL girls, you got the surgery girls, you got the skinny girls, everyone is just looking stunning. It was just honestly just a dream. And obviously you get people come up to you because the people can speak English, and in the clubs are crazy. Like, oh, I don't know. Like, I wish I could replay what I went through in my head because it was honestly some of the best nights of my life. Like I had one night, and I can't really go into much detail about it because it was just too crazy. There was so much commotion, there was a bit of drama, there was a bit of, you know, well, not beef, but there was just a lot of things going on where I just thought, what is going on? And like, you know, sometimes like you really be like, people be like, oh, just live life, you know, do that, go out. But no, I was actually out and I thought to myself, is this what living feels like? Because even though obviously you go on holiday, and the holidays are short term, they're short term, you know, breaks, getaways, and you have to return back to reality. But with this, I was like, this is like living, it's life, it's living. And I was just like, this is insane. Like, first of all, I had an itinerary planned. If you have an itinerary and you want to go to Brazil, throw it out of the window. Throw it out the window, because I was like, I'm gonna go to Christ Redeemer this day, I'm gonna do Sugarloaf Mountain this day, I'm gonna do paragliding this day. Did any of that happen except for paragliding? No, to be fair though, I did go to Sugarloaf Mountain, but like, you can't have set days planned because you know what, you'll go out, you'll meet people because people are so friendly, and someone will be like, oh my god, come here, like we're going here now, and like you'll get to the club about 10. Things don't get popping until about 11, 12. Then obviously things get popping, you'll be like, in the club, you know, And then at 3, someone will be like, well, we're going here now. And then you're like, what? And then at 3 to 5, someone will be like, oh, let's go and watch the sunset. And then by the time you get to the sunset, there's like a little commotion, and everyone's like dancing, you know, doing a little two-step. Then it's like 8 a.m. And at 8 a.m, everyone's like, well, let's go to here. And by the time you finish and by the time you get home, it's like 11 a.m, almost midday. And because it's so hot and it's so beautiful and you have no sense of time, you're like, oh my god, like it's the next day, it's crazy, it's crazy. And this happened a few days actually. There's a few days where I literally had to take myself home early because I was like, I need to like explore Brazil. I need to get me some Havaianas. I need to try the Caprianas on the beach. It's just crazy. And like you go on the beach and the beach is a party. Like you go on the beach and like there's so much people chilling. There's obviously like mixed beaches, there's new beaches, there's gay beaches. It depends on what your vibe is, but everyone is super nice. Obviously, the big question is Brazil dangerous? And I didn't find Brazil dangerous because, guys, I'm from Birmingham. I'm from Birmingham, Handsworth, the hood. And I feel like I've always been quite streetwise all my life, where I've been like, you know, who that? My phone. Like, there's many times where I've had to, like, you know, just be very streetwise. And I feel like if you're not streetwise and you go there, I'm not sure. Like, you can't have your phone up too much. You can't be doing this and that. You can't have a massive camera out. Like, I bought minimal heat, okay? I didn't bring a big camera. Didn't bring 2 phones. I just bought 1 phone. One thing I will say is, if you are going to go Brazil, make sure you bring a bum bag and make sure it's tied to you quite tightly, and make sure you don't bring too much out of the day. I didn't have any cash on me. I didn't even bring any cards out with me. Just had my ID, Apple Pay, and we're good to go. So my mouth is getting so dry. I feel like I could speak about Brazil all day. Anyway, what was I talking about? I don't know what I was talking about, where I was in the video, but like being in Brazil, like I haven't been out in London since I've been back from Brazil, and I don't think I will do. I just feel like obviously Brazil is a holiday and I shouldn't take it too much to heart because I'm in London, I live in London, but like I could go anywhere, like life is a bit short, I'm single. But the guys I was getting in Brazil, guys, even the guys that were approaching me, I was like, not to say that I'm not hot, I'm not a baddie, but like in London, I feel like the beauty standards are very much different. If you know you're white, you're muscly, you have blonde hair, blue eyes, I feel like the beauty standards in the UK are very much different. You're blonde, blue eyes, light skin, white. The girls are going crazy. But over there, I feel like all kinds of beauty all kinds of beauty are seen. So like someone would come over to me in the club, right, and be like, what you drinking? I'd be like, I don't know, like Capriana, like I don't know, like whatever was available, and they'll just buy you the drink. Because in Brazil it's so weird, like if you're in a club, it's like they give you a card, and when you enter the club you have this card, and then you buy your drinks on the card. Then before you leave the club you have to pay the card. It's so weird, it's so long, but it's just how they do, you know, their whole clubbing system. So if a guy wants to buy you a drink, he'll just pull out his card, and it's so crazy how much guys would just, you know, coming over, buying you a drink, asking what your name was. They're just interested in you. Like I met so many nice people, so many amazing friends and people I really keep in contact with. And like when I think about how London is, I'm just like, I don't even go out anymore. Like you get dressed up and you get like, you know, looking all cute and stuff, and like you go to all these events. And fair enough, going out in London isn't bad, and you know there are some hot guys in London and people are nice and people can be friendly, but like there actually is kind of like another scene of London where people think they're, you know, the bee's knees, the shit, and like they're mean and they're not that friendly, you know, they only chill with people that kind of look like them. And then I was in Brazil, I was like, this is how London should be going out. And I feel like I was talking about this in my trainer, like sometimes you just have to go where you're appreciated. Like sometimes you may think, oh my god, my boyfriend's not here, no one's approaching me, you know, I'm in this, you don't even have to be in London, you could be in another town, and you'll be like, well, no one's approaching me, I don't think I'm ever gonna have a boyfriend, I don't think I'm ever gonna settle down. And it's not that you're never gonna settle down or no one's approaching you, it's that you're in the wrong destination. I'm not saying you need to move to Brazil, I'm not saying that you need to move to Timbuktu, I'm not saying that you need to move to Shanghai. I'm just saying sometimes you need to just move your energy where people can appreciate you. And that's why I really feel like going out in London or going anywhere, because like what's the point? Not that what's the point, but like what is the point of me putting on my good two-piece, to go somewhere that I'm not really feeling, or I've had that taste of Brazil now, and it's honestly just amazing. One thing I will say about Brazil is, and I'm going off topic, but if you are going, it is a tiny bit mad. Like, I could do a whole story time about this, how like me and my friends were in Sao Paulo. One of our friends wanted to go to the market, and we got a cab there because the market, he told us, was in a really dodgy area. And we were in an Uber, and I'll never forget this because we were on this main road, and I saw these. Okay, police do stop and searches there. If you're a tourist, police do stop and searches when you're on the beach. If some people may come up to you on the beach and try and sell you God knows what, I don't know, Google it for yourself. And if you buy whatever you want to buy, fruits, I don't know, bananas, no. But anyway, let's be careful. Anyway, we were like in a cab, and this cab driver, this police car looked at me really weird. Not a police car, this policeman. He looked at the driver and he looked at me, and I'll never forget that look. I wish I could show you the look because it was so crazy. And then I didn't say anything though, but I just thought, wow, he looked for my soul. It was such an intense look. Anyway, we're on this way to this market now. It hadn't even been 40 seconds. These two police cars had come to us either side of the car, pointing guns at us. Guns. Not even any kind of regular gun, guys. These were like, they were definitely AK-47s. They were like, get the fuck out the car. Get the fuck out the car with these guns. And we're like, what is going on? Like, what is happening? I'm not gonna lie. There's many times I've actually been shaken, like scared for my life, like in the verge of tears. Not many times I've been on that kind of verge, guys. When I say I was shaking, I was scared. I was on the verge of tears because I've never had a gun pointed at me. I've never had a gun pointed at me in my life. So when this happened, I was like, oh my God, I'm really in Brazil right now. This feels like Grand Theft Auto. This is crazy. Anyway, we have to get out the car, hands on heads, we're getting patted down. Obviously, they must be a Brazilian, right? Because they're talking Brazilian to this driver, and then they start talking to us in Portuguese. Obviously, we don't know Portuguese. We're like, the tourists. When we get to the market, I'm shaking. I could have pissed myself. Honestly, could have pissed myself. I could have pissed myself that moment, like, because that's how close it was just insane. Obviously, we started talking English, and then obviously we're like, okay, these guys are tourists. That's where we're going. And it turns out our Uber driver didn't have some kind of license. He was a fake Uber, basically. I don't know what was going on. We still got into them. I don't know. He got fined section. I don't know, but it was scary. And I've been stopped and searched. Another time, I was with my friend and his other friends. We got stopped and searched. They just stop and search you because they know tourists are going to Brazil to have a good time, blaze, burn out, do all these other things. And they want to catch tourists with certain things. If they do catch you, this didn't happen to me, but if they do catch you, they will try and give you a 1,000 euro fine, which is crazy money in Brazilian reals. And if you don't pay it, sometimes they'll give you like a ban or some kind of ban from your passport, so you can't enter Brazil for 2 years. Allegedly, this is what I've been told. So please be careful if you go to Brazil, because one thing I'll say about Brazil's no joke. It's no joke. Like, it's fun, the guys are sexy, it's fun, it's hot, but the police do not play there. Like, I don't think I've ever seen that much police in my life. I'm not sure if it's because it's carnival or this happens regularly. I do want to go to Brazil when it's not carnival though, but there was literally a police car and officers maybe every 3 minutes. I'm not exaggerating. Every 3 minutes. Like, not one of them would stop you, of course, but some of them would be out. Some of them would be doing their thing, but it was quite scary. I don't know. It was very, very scary. But other than that, I'm not telling you this to put you off Brazil. I'm saying it's one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to, and I'm missing it very much. When I wake up every day, I just feel like Brazil. If I get all the plans I want to do this year, and I'm quite happy with the end of the year's outcome, for a trip, I really want to go to Brazil for a month. I know I could easily go there for a month. I only went to Rio and Sao Paulo. I would love to go to Salvador. Even when I was in the airport, guys, I was in the airport and I was looking at my albums and I was just like, oh my God, I'm so depressed, I'm so sad. And this woman was like, oh, did you go to Rio? And I was like, yeah. She was like, well, you should have went to Salvador. That's where the man. She didn't say where the man's were, but she looked at me and she went, because she was like, that's where we see each other. Not to say that Brazil is not multicultural, but Salvador is Salvador Bahia, Bahia. I don't know how you say it. That is the most blackest. That is the most. It's got the most population of black people outside Africa, which is fucking insane. It's insane. So I need to go there next year because you know. And there wasn't a lot of drama. There wasn't a lot of drama. So I would say there was like, I can't even do a story time about this because, if I do a live, I'll say it on live because I don't want to do a video about this because just because of how the story is, it will definitely get back to this person. And if I do a live stream, you know, that won't get back to him. But there was not altercation. There was just a very crazy coincidence that happened there. But it was fun. It was cute. If you are planning to go to Brazil, please ask some questions down below. It is the best holiday I've ever had in my life. It's one of the best holidays. I would say, is it number one? Is it number one? I would say it's number one. I would say it is number one for sure. I had a really good time. I danced to my heart's content. I felt like I really, really just had a good time. I was supposed to go for 11 days and I basically extended for 2 weeks. I extended my flight in the club. You know, I'm not having a bit, you know, I like to go out, but I wouldn't say I'm like a huge clubber. I'm gonna say that I'll go in periods, but like I said this year, I'm not really gonna go out as much because like I'm just not really feeling it if it's not Brazil vibes. Because like I don't know, guys, I'm trying to find a husband and he's not here. He's not here because I just know he's not here. But yes, that was my little Brazil escape. So I'm trying to think, do I have anything else to tell you? I think so. I definitely don't to do a part 2, but yeah, that's my little Brazil Escalade video. If you're thinking of going, please go. You're gonna have the best time of your life. Carnival is amazing. The vibes are amazing. There was one day where I had so much fun that guys almost cried. Like, how crazy is that? That's when you know you're really living life, like really living life. And I also think if you don't have an open mind, you're not gonna have fun there. Like, if you're a dry ass bitch, don't go there. If you don't like having fun, don't go there. If you're not open-minded, don't go there. I did a video and everyone's like, oh, you're gonna get tonsillitis. Don't people not care about STD? Guys, I'm just talking about kissing people. Obviously, by kissing a lot of people, you can obviously get things and stuff. But guys, it's just have fun. Like, you guys are kissing guys in the club in a random Sunday. Let's just not. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I think there will be a Sip and Slay this Friday. If there is, I'm gonna put out a notification on Thursday evening, so fingers crossed. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Mwah.